Baltimore has a scene, but it's definitely also more of a hardcore scene. There is like a punk scene. There's a hip hop scene. There's
like the art
show scene, the house show scene.
Yeah, like the Dan Deacon. Like we were playing at the same time that like. So when we started playing in Baltimore, we all played the Talking Head, which is like this club, like classic, like punk rock club there, and it was like any Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, it would be either us or Beach House or Dan Deacon, like playing at this place and then being at like, not that we're enemies, but none of us are necessarily tight buds or whatever, but we were all like at this club either, and then they had dance parties on Tuesday nights that were cheap drinks and people were there, so it was like
Baltimore has an amazing scene. I mean,
it's crazy, but it was just, it was very gritty and sort of what I found different when I got here was like, oh, everybody here can play. Like that was actually the hard part for me when I moved from Tennessee to Baltimore was like you throw a rock and hit a pretty good guitar player who's probably also dope drummer, whether
in Tennessee,
and everyone can sing,
right?
And it's just like church choirs breeding over and over again.
Oh my God!
Whatever. And so
they know how to breed out there in these churches.
Yeah, and so so it was just like really strange for me when I got up there. And I've never been the guy who's like, I'm the greatest musician in the band. I've always been the like, I'm gonna look around, feel it out, get like get involved with players that I think are rad, and and then I have a lot of ideas, and so that was tough for me when I got to Baltimore and the band that I moved up there broke down. It was like, oh my gosh, there's like 7 people here playing music, or whatever. So way different is Richmond, where it's just like, actually, I mean, I think I guess people know what's up in that sense in Richmond, but it's just crazy how good everybody is at, like,
it's disgusting.
Again, I'm still just an idea guy. Like, I'm just like, like the new band I'm in, Pom Pom, is like, I'd rather not touch something,
Well, I mean, let's get into that a little bit. I really dug the last record that you guys did, the J. Roddy record.
Yeah.
And then you guys, I feel like you guys didn't tour as much. You definitely did some promo and stuff for it. Pushed it, and then you had some shows this year. You started playing with Pom Pom this year.
Yeah.
Right? That was like this year.
Well, the very first show of Pom Pom.
Oh, I know what it was. ProFest.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Because it was last year. Because that was
about 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Sorry.
Well, okay. I mean, yes, we are in 2020 right now as we're recording this. But yes, no, that's because I saw the pictures and I was like, what the fuck happened? Because basically it rained out, right? And then you guys ended up moving.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I got hit by lightning.
No
and
shit.
And then because they shut down that field, and then everybody's gear that was supposed to be playing the stage.
Yeah.
Because we were going to be playing on we were going to be like the first band on the bigger stage or whatever.
Right.
And everybody had kind of stacked their gear under this tent, and then that storm rolled in, and then it was like, yo, that tent's about to blow away and whatever. And we were like, so a bunch of us run out, and we're just chucking gear into whatever band vans are there. And then one of those big lightning bolts that killed people's cars and stuff struck while we were out there. And and then the rest of the night I was just like,
really?
Yeah. Which is kind of, definitely going back, I would not do that. I'd just be like, yeah, too bad that gear's going to get ruined or whatever.
Yeah. It's just adrenaline, because y'all were about to play.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was our first thing, and it's like, oh crap, So then we ran out there, and then it's like, it's over, and then it turned into this weird house party, and then it's like, it's not over. All the bands are going to play in this garage, and so I was already in a really different mental state from let's play to, and then we get over there, and the keyboard stand, which basically, like, I've never had a keyboard stand. That's the only show I've ever tried to play something on a keyboard stand. Wow. And, like, as I'm setting up my rig, it snaps. No. And I was like, like, okay, I guess I'm playing this show just standing up, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, make sure you check out the Hustle Season podcast. We drop every Friday at midnight. Also, check out our side pods, the SOS podcast with Gabe Santa Maria and Great Brit of Feel Good RVA. Also, Trash Tech with James Soretis and Reggie Pace. Also, the Pace Cast with Reggie Pace. Interviews, music, trash, tech, sex, everything you love in a podcast. Make sure you check them out on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you enjoy. The Hustle Season presents Hustle Season Podcast. Hustle Season Podcast.
So it was just like whole thing.
You might have to see. Have you seen the Rick James concert from '82 where the dude had the old school guitars, man, was just literally a strap, like with like soldered in like metal or whatever. It was a heavy ass keyboard.
Yeah, they're it's metal casing. They're serious.
Might have to bring that back, man.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, so okay, and no one really knew about that band when you guys played there. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, Crow like put it on, but we hadn't really. I don't know. I don't know if we would even started any sort of social media, whatever.
I don't think so.
But yeah. So when we kind of like started setting up, it was definitely kind of like, what's happening? Who are like, and yeah, but I mean that was like, that's sort of what one of the things that I love about Pom Pom is, like, it's so fast. So, I mean, I experimented with Charlie Glenn on a few ideas I had. And then at that point, we didn't know what the band was going to be because I was doing a lot of stuff, like electronic, writing a lot of riffs and things with, like, keyboards and whatever.
Yeah.
And then he actually was like, I think this guy can do this. Because I was talking to, like, other drummers from around the country, sort of. Because if there was going to be a drummer, I had a very particular idea of, like, I wanted to be, like, someone who could play, like, heavy and fast, but also, like, funky and just sort of whatever. So we went and he invited me to go see Raph play with Night Creatures. And I'd seen Raph, like, already, you know, and I was kind of like, okay. And there's one song that Night Creatures has where he just started, like, feathering his kick foot, and I was like, wait, what's going on here? And then we got together, and it was just like, this works. And then he was like, my buddy Andrew should play bass on this. And,
Carper, right? Carper's in, yeah.
And, funny enough, we had talked to Chrissy about playing, but she had a wedding gig during Crowfest, and that was the one show we had. We were like, okay, well, we got to get.
That's what stops most musicians from coming to Crowfest. Is always like he always puts it on like in the heart of wedding season.
Yeah.
But okay.
So we get together, and it was just like, oh wow, this is something else. And then it was like, okay, well, we have a set. We can, you know, in a month we have a set. Let's see what we can make happen. And it was just like. So we were just sprinting towards being able to play, you know, for a half hour, 45 minutes or whatever. You know, and up to the moment we played that show, it was kind of like just like writing stuff, and it's just not. It's weird because it's like it is actually really complicated, crazy music, but it takes a lot to kind of put the music together. I guess I should say in a sort of. It's not just like blues, 1-4-5, whatever.
Right.
And so, but then, like, you know, we get one or two passed through, and it's kind of like, I don't have words for this. I don't have melody for this. Yeah, let's go to South by. And, like, we basically went to South by with, like, 1/2 to 3/4 of any given song actually written, and we just were, like, experimenting on the way down and at South by, and, like,
that's cool,
making up words on the spot and melodies on the spot, and it was kind of like, whoa, that thing I did last night is definitely going to be in the song now, or whatever. And
wow. So, okay, is that this is definitely obviously different from the J. Roddy.
Yeah.
From the J. Roddy and the business, from that whole thing. So, what made you say that you wanted to just do something different altogether? I mean, what made you want to go put a pin in in the band and then move into doing a tour? Because then you've done Pom Pom all year.
Yeah.
Went on a tour with him, couple tours, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
you started doing the solo tour thing.
Going into that, like the Pom Pom stuff, and then after you do your shows or your show with J. Roddy in the business at the Broadberry.
Yeah.
Literally, like that Monday, or that Sunday, or that Monday, the picture goes out with you with a bunch of keyboards and saying you're going out on a solo tour.
Well, that was timing that actually pushed back the announcement of it.
Yeah,
because it was. This sounds crazy, but I literally I'm so bad at calendar stuff and whatever. But it wasn't that Monday. It was actually the next. It was like a week or something later. Okay. But
I'm very dramatic.
But it was unfortunate timing. I think I wasn't, because I wasn't trying to be like, here you go, no big deal. Now solo tour. So.
No, because it's very funny. It's kind of funny. You have a little bit of humor.
Oh, right.
In the thing,
right. Well,
backer than ever.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
So I didn't take it like that. Like it was like bam.
Yeah.
It would just seem like it was like, no, I'm doing something different right now.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
So sometime in. So this stuff, that kind of stuff doesn't just happen as far as booking a tour now,
right?
For the stuff that, or the the mechanics of the things that I'm doing. So I do have a booking agent now, and And so basically, it was like, hey, I think I want to do some touring sometime early 2019, and we were kind of behind the 8 ball, but he went out and kind of was like, here's your options, and it was like, okay, that's good. And then I didn't set any sort of announcement date. There's kind of a mathematical thing that most promoters or booking agents try to do. It's with
the algorithms.
We want to be this far. You don't want to necessarily do it too far out, but you don't want to do it too soon.
Yes.
Blah blah.
Yep.
So they set a date, and it was early December. So in my mind, it's okay, early December, and Thanksgiving happened to be as late as it possibly could be this year.
100%.
That was really why the timing was so close. And again, it was supposed to be that Monday, and I just went dude, I can't
that feels weird.
I basically called everybody we're not doing this 2 days after our last show.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the promoters were like, well, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Or we got to do something the next week then, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely wasn't trying to be disrespectful to the. I mean, I was in that. I was. As much as I say, we were roommates and it's I was with those dudes as much as I was my wife for 10 years,
right.
And
sometimes at the same time
we're having to sort out what it, there's anger, grief, all the stuff that you deal with, but we're buds, and I think I definitely think after the smoke clears, everybody kind of has their time to deal with it. It's going to be cool. Nobody's F, you lose my number at this point.
Right.
I think everybody's just kind of going all right, taking a breath. I've had, one way or another, I've seen you every month of my life for the last 10 years, and probably talked to you 50 times a week.
It's good to take a break.
Have to do it right now. Let's figure out what we're doing or something. So.
So what can people expect with the solo tour? Because that picture is really epic. I love the picture.
Yeah,
I love it. And so what can people expect?
It's still developing.
You're still working on it.
Well, it's funny. So I think a lot of what I'm doing right now, is reacting to some level to what my. I wanted to do the kind of thing where it's what if we do a tour that's just acoustics, or what if we did a tour that